Hi everyone, it's Allie and welcome to part 4. Oh my goodness, our Well Body, Well Energy, Well Spirit series is certainly moving along. We are now in month 4 and we are on the reproductive system. So my name is Allie Phillips and I am an attorney. And I also have a wellness business where I focus a lot on essential essential oils, but also lifestyle techniques. So the name of my company is Manifested Harmony, and I am just going to dive right in. But first, I do want to say that what I'm going to talk about is not meant to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. This is informational, and I highly, highly, highly encourage you to do your own research, take the information that I'm presenting, and do your own research. We should just never blindly follow what anybody says. Please always check it out because this is your health that you're talking about, and only you can be responsible for your health. All right, so this Well Body, Well Energy, Well Spirit series, like I said, is going on all year long, and we are in the reproductive system month. Next month, we're going to be talking about the skin system. That's going to be awesome. And all of these are on my website, manifestedharmony.com. Just click on classes and essential oils, and you're going to see all of them, and you can get registered for every single one. All the webinars are going to be the first Thursday of the month at 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, let's dive right into our powerful reproductive system. So and I know when I was advertising this, people are probably thinking, I don't have a problem. I don't need to know about that. I either don't want to have children or I'm beyond childbearing years. And it's like, oh, sweet peas. Our reproductive system is far more than that. It is actually considered the power center for both men and women. So here's the really interesting thing. And I never really thought about this until I started putting this presentation together. Reproduction never ends for men. Never. They pretty much throughout their lifetime can reproduce. Women, on the other hand, their reproduction ends at menopause. Yet this is still a system to keep healthy no matter where you are in life. Because when we think about the reproductive system for women, and this is what I'm primarily going to talk about. I have one slide for men. This is a webinar for women because I can only talk about what I know. So when we think about the female reproductive system, it is prone to infections and trauma and imbalances that can delay pregnancy, that can cause infertility, or just have a host of pathological conditions. I mean, lots can go wrong here. And so there's a lot that I could cover in this topic, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit it for simplicity purposes to talking about how to have a healthy monthly cycle, how to have healthy conception, and how to have healthy aging and later in life. And it's because a lot of this is linked to hormones. And in February, during the endocrine and hormone system month, I talked a lot about this. So I really encourage you to go back to that. You can find this on my YouTube page. Just go to youtube.com/manifestedharmony. You're going to find it. They're all public videos. So I'm just going to do a very, very brief overview. But when it comes down to our reproductive system, this is our power center. It's where we have power, and the power comes in what we produce. Are we producing a human life, such as a baby, or are we producing, a book, writing a book, producing a class, putting on a dance production? That everything that is productive in our life comes from this area of the body. And I am going to be talking about the chakra that is our reproductive chakra. But if you have been feeling lately, especially in the last month or so, that you have not been very productive, maybe feeling a little bit lazy, I am going to talk about that because it's related to this area. So just a brief overview of hormones. If you did not get a chance to watch the endocrine and hormone webinar in February, estrogen is responsible for a lot in women. I mean, it's responsible for our physical features and for reproduction. It controls our monthly cycle. It controls childbearing. So whether you bear children or not is related to estrogen. It's related to protecting bone health and all sorts of great things. And once women are not in the reproducing phase of their life, it is really important that estrogen levels not be too high. I cannot stress enough for you to get your hormones tested. No matter where you are in life, it's just good to get them tested, because once they start going a little wonky on you, it can be a little hard to get them back in check. So when you're no longer reproducing, it is important that estrogen levels not be high, because this is what doctors call estrogen dominance, and it can cause some problems. If you're on birth control, this can unnaturally increase the estrogen in your body. Now, there's 3 different types of estrogen. There's estriadol. This is what your body creates during childbearing years. There is estriol, which is created during pregnancy. This is what your body creates. And then there's estrone, which is what your body creates after menopause, when estrogen levels start dropping. And when you have low estrogen, this is when you go into menopause, okay? Very, very natural part of life. Now, when we look at testosterone, this primarily impacts energy and strength and muscle and libido. When we look to progesterone, progesterone to me is the hormone that we all need to embrace and hug and love. When you are pregnant, you are naturally high in progesterone. And so when we get to, in this webinar, talking about healthy conception, it is all about progesterone. So ensuring healthy progesterone levels is going to help you with healthy conception and a healthy pregnancy. If you have too low progesterone, you're going to have difficulty in conceiving. If you have too low of progesterone, you often feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster and you're really tense and stressed, because progesterone is your calming, happy hormone. This is why we need to love on this hormone like crazy. It is an amazing hormone that actually protects and supports our breast health, our brain health, our cardio health. Progesterone is our friend, and it doesn't matter where you are in life. We need this one. We need to really make sure it's healthy. And then, did you know that actually smelling an essential oil can trigger natural hormone production in the body? It kind of can wake up some of those sites if they're not producing hormones at a healthy level. So keep sniffing your essential oils, because it's going to really help with this. Now, first, I want to dive into some general lifestyle recommendations no matter where you are in life. Now, remember, I'm covering 3 areas: cycle, monthly cycle, when you want to conceive, and aging later in life. All of this goes for all of those areas. And you'll notice a lot of consistencies if you've looked at my past webinars. And this is even going to go into the future. You're going to see consistent themes of what it takes to maintain healthy body systems. So for the reproductive system, exercise, getting ourselves moving and not leading a sedentary life. Whole natural foods. If you can eat organic is better, is the better way to go. Water. We absolutely need water. We do not need water that comes in the form of coffee. We don't need water that comes in the form of soda pop. We need water. So if we are fueling ourselves with caffeine or energy drinks that spike your energy in an unnatural synthetic way, that is not healthy for the body. You also need a healthy body weight. So if you are, now here's the thing, a healthy body weight for every woman is not being a size 2. It's not. A healthy body weight is what is perfect for your body. So it's just figuring out when you feel really good in your skin. That's a healthy body weight for you. This is really important for the reproductive system, because if you are too heavy or too thin, that can actually cause problems with your hormones and then your reproductive system. What's also important is that you have healthy cholesterol, and medications to lower cholesterol can actually negatively impact hormone production in the body. So this is something where if your hormones are off and if you're on a cholesterol reducing medication, you really need to talk to your doctor about that, because you got to figure out how to get that balanced. Another thing is reducing toxic overload in the body. We are surrounded by toxins every day. They are everywhere, from the off-gassing from your carpet or furniture to, car emissions out on the road, to candles and plug-ins and toxic cleaners, and you name it. It's really important to reduce, or if not eliminate, toxic overload in your body, because when we are full of toxins, the body is not going to reproduce and have a healthy reproductive system the way that it should. We must reduce stress. Okay, so every time I say this little voice in my head goes off and says, Allie, you're being a hypocrite when it comes to stress reduction. Because I am a 12 to 14 hour a day workaholic. But I love my work. It's not stressful, but still the little voice inside my head says, haha, yeah, reduce stress. And this is where I'm going to talk about some great essential oils. You just smell an oil, not only is it going to stimulate hormone production, but it's going to de-stress you. And then it goes without saying, don't smoke. Smoking does bad things to the body. It starves the cells of oxygen, and if our cells don't have oxygen, they cannot reproduce in a healthy way. Get good sleep and maintain good breast health. And if you want to know how to do this, go to last month's webinar where I talked about the lymphatic system, and I talked about some awesome things that you can do for breast health, such as a lymphatic massage and rebounding and all this great stuff. So these are lifestyle recommendations no matter what your age is, no matter where you are in this process. So now I'm going to dig into these 3 areas, and I'm going to give you some specific product recommendations that are related to young living. Now here's the thing, and gosh, I have just been having this put in my face for the last week. You really need to trust the companies that you are buying from. I just read some horrific studies where companies are not disclosing what their ingredients are, and they're sneaking things in that people have common allergies to, like soy or nuts or fillers, and it's like, that's scary. That's scary. Young Living, and again, I want you to do your own research, and if you're not in Young Living, again, do your own research. This is a company that I trust because I've been to their farms. I've seen what they do. That photo that's on the screen, I've seen that. I've been in the distillery. I've seen how they handle situations. And invariably, something is bound to go wrong when you're dealing with a company as large as Young Living. And you know what? They are so transparent and so honest, and they take care of it just like that. That's why I love their products, because they are just so amazing on what they do for the best interest of us. But I really want you to know, and I'm going to say this every single month, no one essential oil and no one supplement is going to correct the body. It's just not. Our body is complex. When we feed the body what it's asking for, and you know what it's asking for, if we just really think about it, we know what our body needs. We will know what to do. So it doesn't matter how you use the oils. I get people every day saying, Allie, how do I use this oil? How do I use this product? You know what? Use it how you want to. You cannot go wrong with Young Living. I cannot talk about any other oil brands. That you're just going to have to do at your own discretion. But with Young Living, it doesn't matter. If you want to stick an oil up your nose, you can do it. You can stick oils wherever you want to stick them, because the oils know what to do. So just intuitively work with them and stop overthinking it. Just use the oils Use them, use them, use them. And it's never just once a day or when you think about it. You use them throughout the day. All right, I want to talk about the core basics. I've done this in the past webinars, but I've added 2 core basics just for this webinar. So let's get into what these are. So the core basics, when we are looking at everybody, I mean, it doesn't matter where you are in life. Let me start with master formula. And here, I'm trying to find this in my notes. Where did my notes go? Well, that's okay. I'm just going to have to do this from memory. So master formula is an amazing vitamin, mineral, nutrient-packed, whole food formula. And what it does is it supports the entire body. And so when you're thinking about the reproductive system, this is going to give specific support to the reproductive system because it has 4 different capsules in it, and it's incredibly, incredibly powerful. The next product is Mineral Essence, because a lot of doctors are now starting to realize that the root of problems in the body is coming from a mineral deficiency as well as from inflammation. Now, which came first? Inflammation that caused a mineral deficiency or a mineral deficiency that caused inflammation? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Let's just take care of it, because there are, I've forgotten, over 60 or over 80 trace minerals in Mineral Essence. I'm going to be honest with you, it tastes terrible. It tastes terrible. I stick it in a small shot glass of water and I drink it really fast, and then I chase it with Ningxia Red. Let's talk about Ningxia Red. Ningxia Red is, again, a whole body nutrient infusing drink that actually has some ingredients in it that are specifically targeted for reproductive health. So this is just something, everybody should be on Ningxia Red every day. Everybody should be on these 5, the Master Formula, Mineral Essence, Ningxia Red, Omega Gize. This is our fish oil. And fish oils are really good for nervous system development, really good for expectant moms, because kids are going to have higher IQs, because fish oils are really good for nervous system development. And then multigreens is really good for starting to flush the body of toxins that that we don't need. It just feeds the body with greens, and it helps to eliminate what the body doesn't need. Because here's the one thing, especially when it comes to wanting to conceive, if someone is having trouble conceiving, it's the body's way of saying, stop. The body can't handle creating a human life. It can't handle it. Stop. Don't force me. Don't start sticking stuff in my body to force me to create a child. Do some core basics so that your body can get balanced and then can handle a baby. I mean, it seems so common sense, but yet people struggle with it. So those are the 5 basics that I'm going to talk about every month. They're very, very important to the reproductive system. But what I also want to add in is Progessence Plus. Progessence Plus, I will never forget when I heard Dr. Oliver Wenker, who is Gary Young's personal physician, and he said every female from the start of a cycle, from when she starts cycling for the first time to when she dies, should be on Progessence Plus. Every single woman, every day. You don't have to go off of it certain days. But this is an oil serum that contains natural progesterone that comes from wild yams. So it is incredibly potent for women who have low progesterone. And remember, I said progesterone is kind of our happy, calming hormone. It's also necessary for conception. So too many women have low progesterone. And so it's overall hormone support. It is safe to take while pregnant or becoming pregnant. You put it either on your wrists and rub them together, or you put it on your carotid artery on your neck. For rapid intake, if you want slower intake, you put it in like a fatty area, like maybe on a big muscle on your leg. Perfect before bedtime. That's when I take it. And it just, natural hormones are in our body, and they are necessary for the reproductive system. And, so natural hormones that actually come from plants are similar to what is in our body. So these are not synthetic or even bioavailable. They are what our body produces, and they work very well. When we're dealing with synthetic hormones, they are not compatible with the body at all, which is why there's been so many problems. So Progestins Plus is a core basic for the reproductive system. And then the last product is Femigen. So Femigen is a very, very interesting product. And again, it does not matter where you are in life. This is a product that you can take whenever you want. You can take it as needed. So I encourage you to read up on it. But let's dive in a little bit more. Let's start with healthy monthly cycle. So your hormones, which is why I've been talking about them, are going to dictate whether you have a healthy or a difficult monthly cycle. That's just kind of the reality. It's all being triggered by your hormones. So I found this was kind of concerning. 3 in 4 women suffer from premenstrual conditions, and you can call it premenstrual syndrome, but struggle with problems before their cycle starts. 3 in 4. That's really shocking and kind of scary. Now, I'm going to recommend a couple of things. And like I said, I've done a lot of training with medical doctors and have checked a lot of this out. But again, I encourage you to check this out. But look at some of these. These are minerals. Remember I was talking about mineral essence, that when we can infuse our body with minerals, the body can start to balance. So magnesium actually helps with a lot of PMS issues, such as headaches and sugar cravings and crampings and low blood sugar and dizziness. So taking like a magnesium salt bath or creating a magnesium cream. My friend Sarah creates this magnesium cream. I am digging it. I put it on the bottom of my feet at night, and poof, I am instantly asleep because it's very calming when you have magnesium in the body. Calcium, another very important mineral, helps to reduce premenstrual fatigue and cravings and kind of the mood swings. But you want to get this through diet. You want to get this calcium through good calcium through food. Vitamin D3 is really good for hormone support. Another thing that you want to do is avoid the bad fats. These are the altered fats, like vegetable oil, peanut oil, canola oil, soybean oil. Get rid of soybean oil. It's in a lot of food products. Margarine, not good. You want to go for the good fats, really, really good fats. Another thing is to switch over to natural hygiene products. It is shocking, the toxins and the pesticides that are in women's hygiene products. Shocking. Shocking. Check it out. Try to get organic. Go to your natural health food store. But this is really important because when you think about, like a tampon or a pad, if that is full of toxins and pesticide, it is not in a good area of the body for that to happen. And then we wonder why women are having so many problems. So please, natural feminine hygiene products is important. And then progesterone is very important to a healthy monthly cycle, and Progestins Plus is really going to help you with that. But other products that I want to talk about are Dragon Time. Dragon Time is the oil to take when you're cycling and you really want to get balance so that you have a healthy cycle. It has blue yarrow, which is known for stabilizing hormone levels. It has fennel and clary sage. Okay, these are amazing hormone supportive oils. Marjoram, lavender, jasmine. It's safe for teenagers. You can topically apply it right over the abdomen. That is a really, really good one to take. Another good one is sclerescence. So sclerescence is really good, especially if you feel like you have too much estrogen in your body. This is called estrogen dominance, where the estrogen and the progesterone are not at the right ratio. And what this does, because this is all plant-based, it is supportive to the reproductive system for healthy conception, for supporting healthy estradiol levels. Now, estradiol is the estrogen that we create during childbearing years. And that estradiol helps with healthy regular cycles. So sclerescence does a lot of really great things, and it has clary sage and fennel in it. Okay, you're going to start kind of hearing certain oils that are in a lot of these products. You're going to kind of get the hint. So, so those are just a couple of products for a healthy, normal monthly cycle. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's talk about healthy conception. According to the Centers for Disease Control, 10% of women and men struggle to get and stay pregnant. 10%. So when I looked back at the lifestyle recommendations that I had compiled and was giving to you, it really took me back that a lot of this could be related to toxic overload and the food that is being eaten, because the American diet is frankly not food. It's terrible. If it comes in a box or a bag or through a fast food window, it's not food. So there's certain things that we could start to do to help the body get back into balance. Now, like I said, a body is not going to be fertile if something is wrong. If the body is struggling to fight something else, like fight toxins in the body, or fight, if you're eating certain foods and the body doesn't like them, it's going to put the energy there and it's going to fight. It's not going to have the energy for fertility to create a life. And so I really encourage you to get your hormone levels tested just to see where you are. But a lot of things can create a hormone imbalance that can really impact healthy conception. Endometriosis, ovulation issues, too much prolactin. The pituitary gland may actually cause excess production of prolactin. But it can be having too many toxins and poor nutrition. And so it's really important to avoid artificial products, synthetic products, fake foods, artificial and synthetic hormones. And here's the thing. I posted this on my personal Facebook page last week, and I think I freaked out a fair number of my female friends. Soy is in almost everything, at least here in the US. Soy lecithin. I encourage you to go look at everything from your personal care products to your supplements to your food. I have been on a rampage about soy because the way that we process it here in the United States, it is actually harmful and it's dangerous, and it can create a hormone effect in the body that is not natural. And slowly getting soy dripped into us over decades, we wonder why women have so many hormonal-based diseases. We have got to be proactive about this. The other day, I was looking for chocolate for an Easter basket that did not have soy in it. Oh my word. I ended up over at World Market. I don't know if you know that store. And the only chocolate that I could find that did not have soy in it comes from Switzerland. I love Switzerland. That country is just perfect in so many ways. And they proved it again with their chocolate. There is soy in every American-based chocolate, and it's slowly dripping into our system. Those can cause problems, and we've really got to be proactive about it. What else? Avoid alcohol and smoke and caffeine. Be of a healthy weight. Don't be too thin. Don't be too heavy. Be of the weight that is right for you. Have good levels of progesterone, because like I said, progesterone gets the body ready to conceive and maintain the pregnancy. Diet should be whole grains rather than carbs. Avoid trans fats, so eating good fats. avoiding pesticides and toxins, really making sure that the body can be as free of toxins as possible. So this is going through all your personal care products, from your makeup to your shampoo to your hand lotion, and certainly for your new baby. Oh my word. I'm not even going to talk about it in this, but you've got to look at Young Living Seedlings line, because the toxins and the carcinogens that are in baby products, I can't believe they're allowed on the market, but they are. But that's beside the point. What else do you want to do? Healthy proteins, lots of veggies, wild yams. I will never forget one of my coworkers, 15 years ago, Joanna, was very much trying to get pregnant a little bit later in life. And one day she said, I'm just going to eat a bunch of wild yams because I'll get pregnant. And I'm like, really? That sounds crazy. It worked. It worked. Oh, and guess what wild yams are in? Young Living's Progestins Plus Serum. There you go. Joanna knew what she was talking about. What else do you want to do? Eat organic, drink water, good sleep, de-stress, all the lifestyle recommendations that I talked about. So I also want to talk about clary sage oil, because clary sage is an amazing oil that it can just really help with healthy hormone levels. And this is an oil, you can put it on your abdomen, you can put it on your wrists. It's also recommended to put on the inside and the outside of your ankles every single day. And it's just just research it. Just please research it. It is an essential oil that has the highest level of phytoestrogens, and like the good phytoestrogens that are coming from plants, not from processed food. Okay, so don't let that phytoestrogen label freak you out. But clary sage and Progestins Plus, these are your oils for when you want to have healthy conception and a healthy pregnancy. All right, now let's move on to later in life and healthy aging. So as we age, our hormones become depleted and can then really impact almost every body system. Our endocrine system, our hormone system, our cardiovascular system, our musculoskeletal system, our immune system. Everything is so intricately connected, it just amazes me that we're all upright and walking. I mean, it really does. We are amazing creatures. So when our hormones become depleted, we can suffer from hot flashes, memory loss, problem focusing, fatigue, night sweats, anxiety, depression, heart problems. I'm trying to say these in a happy way because these are kind of depressing. Bone density loss, loss of skin elasticity, and can completely impact the endocrine system, which is the thyroid and the adrenals, throws off your sleep, which is regulated by your pituitary and pineal gland. So during perimenopause, before menopause, levels fluctuate because you're having fewer ovulations. You're cycling less. So less progesterone is being produced in the second half of that menstrual cycle. So periods can be erratic, they're skipped, you can have super heavy bleeding, and symptoms can start resulting because you then get a change in that ratio between estrogen and progesterone. And some women can go estrogen dominant, which is not good. Not good. Read up on it. Now, during menopause, estrogen is no longer being produced by the ovaries. It's actually made in smaller amounts by the adrenal glands at that point, and it's in fat tissue. So estrogen is still produced, but it's in smaller amounts than younger cycling women. And the most significant hormone change of menopause is the lack of progesterone. So that's why estrogen dominance can kick in, because you're still getting some estrogen, but not so much progesterone, and all of a sudden that gap gets bigger. And then synthetic hormones actually create a lot of problems. So get your hormones tested. I'm going to say that for everybody. Just get your hormones tested. Just get them tested. Kegel exercises, okay? If you don't know what that is, it maintains a very strong pelvic bowl and prevents prolapsed uterus and incontinence, okay? So just look up how to do it. I'm not gonna demo it, okay? Ain't happening. Look it up. You can find a video on it, I'm sure, or at least a write-up. The Kegel exercises, just do those. And then for products, Clary Sage, okay, I talked about Clary Sage. This is awesome. It's, you know, like I said, it's the highest level of phytoestrogens in any essential oil. But I want to talk about Lady Sclerol, okay? Lady Sclerol. This is the one oil that I brought to this webinar. And dang, does that smell good. This should be your new perfume. Here's the thing, Lady Sclerol is the oil that is good for women when you are in your like mid 40s to mid 50s. Anyone can use it, but it is super good during this time block in your life. It's very high in Clary Sage, so it's going to help to try to balance out the ratio of hormones. It has sage lavender in it, which supports healthy estradiol and just helps us feel younger and great for emotional balancing and grounding. Okay, who doesn't need that? I think everybody needs that. So Lady Sclerol, okay? Because up until I was doing all this research for this body series, I really didn't know the difference between when to use Lady Sclerol, when to use sclerescence. I didn't know. Now I know. Now I know. Lady Sclerol is my oil. I love it. And again, Progessence Plus, Progessence Plus, Progessence Plus, and even add in Femigen. That's for everybody. Now, okay, let's get woo-woo here. Let's talk about the sacral chakra. This is your reproductive chakra. So if you're having physical problems in this area, we're talking bladder, reproductive organs, lower back, and hips. If you are physically having problems, we're going to talk about some of this. But if you're just simply feeling unproductive, you got to feed your sacral chakra, okay? So the sacral chakra is about 2 inches below your belly button. And when there are issues in this area with those physical body parts, the bladder, the reproductive organs, the lower back, and the hips, when you have problems, you should be asking yourself, how do I relate to love and money? Isn't that the $10 million question? That's a loaded question. How do I relate to love and money? Oof, that's going to keep you up nights thinking about that one. But ask yourself that. And then the effect of when we are having issues in this area is that we are either focusing way too much on love or money or both. We're obsessed with it, obsessed with finding that ultimate relationship, obsessed with getting money. Or you have neither. There's just no balance. So when there are problems in this area, look to that. Are you obsessed with the relationship? Are you obsessed with money? Do you not have either? Do you not have balance? This is about balance. But this is also areas in the body where we store anxiety and anger and sadness. It's where we store gender identity. It's where we store gender issues. It's where we store sexuality. All of our relationship struggles, money worries, relationship worries, all of this is in this tiny little area in the body. And so a lot of times when people, you know, because I'm a 3 times master teacher energy healer, and when people come to me for energy sessions, you know, when I say that, my attorney brain still says, what are you talking about? But when people come to me and they're like, oh, I have this lower back pain, the first question out of my mouth is, what's been making you afraid lately? And their eyes get really big and they think I'm psychic. And it's like, I'm not psychic. It's just lower, you know, the lower back is over The hips, the reproductive organs, the bladder, the kidneys. Kidneys is where we store fear. Or when people are in adrenal fatigue or they're having fertility issues, I start asking them, what have you been afraid of? What struggles are you having with love? What struggles are you having with money? Those 3 questions always get to the root of the issue. So think about that. And so our emotions can actually turn physical on us. They can absolutely turn physical. So, for instance, if you find yourself that you are emotionally sensitive, you can actually manifest some bladder issues. Because why is it that some women get a lot of bladder problems and other women don't? I just ask them, do you feel that you're emotionally sensitive? And again, their eyes get big as saucers and they're like, oh, you're psychic. How did you know that? It just kind of is what it is. If you have sexual guilt, this can actually manifest as STDs in the body. If you have fear of money and fear of the future, you can get back pain. And I'll tell you, I'm thinking back to a time in 1997, it was. I had the worst back pain. Oh my gosh, nothing was working. This was before I got into any of this, and they had me on heavy medication. Nothing was working, and I had a lot of fear about the future at that time. A lot of fear because I was very deep into my career as a prosecutor. So, see how emotions can manifest physically? What about social pressure? Social pressure to procreate. Hey, when you having a baby? Have any of you heard that? That can actually manifest as infertility. Because the emotions, if you're not ready, you will emotionally stifle that in the body. And then if there's relationship trauma, this can actually manifest as adrenal fatigue because it will impact the adrenals. So just some things to think about based on how you're feeling physically. And then how you can help the emotions not manifest as a physical issue is affirmations. If you could see on the other side of this computer, I have vision boards and affirmations all over my wall. And some that you can use are, I am safe. I am willing to change. I love and approve of myself. I embrace the passion that I have for my life, and all is well. And seriously, if you want to learn more about this topic, there is a beautiful book out there called All Is Well, written by Louise Hay and Dr. Mona Lisa Schultz. It is phenomenal, phenomenal. But they give you all sorts of affirmations, and they really talk about this, how the physical becomes, or the emotional becomes physical. I really recommend it. But then what are some essential oils that you can do to feed the sacral chakra, to feed the production, whether you want to produce something physically like a human, or you want to produce a play or produce a book or just feel productive? Orange oil. Orange essential oil is very stimulating, it's very productive, it's very fertile. You feel fertile, you feel productive. Clary sage. Okay, are you guys seeing a theme here? Clary sage. It's a very strengthening oil. It's a clarity oil. Get it? Clarity. This is a good clarity oil. Sandalwood. This is the Empress oil. And the Empress is associated with the Universal Mother. Okay? So this is a really good oil that's supportive of the monthly cycle. And then ylang-ylang. This is your sexual energy, self-love oil. And it is an amazing oil. So just something to think about as you're using affirmations to really feed that sacral chakra. The sacral chakra also vibrates and has a resonance with the color yellow, or not yellow, orange. Orange actually has a frequency to it, and it matches the frequency of the sacral chakra. Isn't that awesome? All right, and then very briefly for the man in your life, here are a couple of recommendations. So Young Living created the whole Shutron line of products for men. It really smells amazing, and a lot of women are using the Shutron oil and the Shutron products, and that is okay. That is absolutely okay. But this was created for men because it really helps with strength, like emotional strength, physical strength, you know, kind of like an energetic testosterone boost. So that is a really great oil for men. Idaho Blue Spruce and Goldenrod are all about performance. And I'm going to let you figure out what sort of performance that may be. And then the prostate health capsule. I've heard a lot of doctors say that men should start this as early as age 25. You do not wait until there is a problem. This prostate health essential oil supplement feeds and nourishes the prostate. And that's what we need to be doing with everything in our body. We need to feed and nourish it and keep it as balanced and working as normal as possible, rather than waiting for a problem and thinking, you know, a bottle of oil is going to solve everything, because that's not how it works. So, all right. So if you have any questions, for those of you who are here live, feel free to type them now, because I'm going to talk about, if you are not in Young Living and you're like, dang, this is very intriguing, I think I need to get me some of this. Whoever invited you to this webinar, go back to them and they will help get you enrolled. If I invited you, or if you just happen to stumble across this, you can get your starter kit. You can see it on the screen there. There's 11 oils. You can pick your diffuser. It starts at $160. It's about half the price if you were to individually buy everything. And the company does that because they want to get these in your hands. They want to make this affordable so that you can try them and then come back and say, wow, you were right. In my team, I have a private Facebook page that you get invited to. Free training, free educational materials are sent to you. You get so much education, probably more than you would ever want. But I never want anybody to take home a kit and not know what to do with it. So you just go to Young Living, click on Become a Member. Whoever invited you, enter their member number. If I invited you, just enter mine. Pick your starter kit, and we'll just take it from there. And if you're in another Young Living team, you're super welcome to check out my other social media pages and hang out, and we can chat and talk. I love chatting with Oily Sisters because we're all on the same team. We're Team Young Living and we're Team Health. All right, so we have, I'm not going to read this, Kathy, because you sent this to me privately. I'm going to answer you privately. Can you message me through my Facebook page or email me? That would be great. You can email me at Allie@manifestedharmony.com. Stacy, yes, I'm going to send everybody who registered a link to rewatch this. So yes, you will get this, absolutely. That's the benefit of registering, because you're going to get a link. And then I will email you the link to next month's body system, which is all about the skin. Woohoo! And if you want to check out, if you go to my Facebook page, Manifested Harmony, I'm going to be running a couple of Facebook classes this month. From, oh gosh, when is it? It's, hold on, I got to pull up the calendar. It's April 16th through the 20th. It's a Monday through Friday. I'm going to be running a Facebook event, like on Facebook, in the event page, and it's called 30 Oils of Wellness. And I'm going to be going through 30 oils that you gotta have, and why you gotta have them. So that's on Facebook. You gotta click going. Some people were having problems with it, and I'm not sure why, but check that out. Go to Manifested Harmony on Facebook, go into events, and you're going to see that. And then I'm doing another Facebook event on Monday, April 30th, and it's all about essential oils for pets. Super controversial, but you know what? That's my thing. That's what I do, and I'm gonna give you the lowdown on how you can do it safely, and that's from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, just on Facebook, so you can pop in whenever you want. All right, and then oh, I'm sorry. I take that back. The 30th is a Facebook event called Essential Oils for Her, Getting Ready for Mother's Day. Whoops. The Essential Oils for Pets is on Wednesday, April 25th at 7 p.m. All of this is on Facebook, Manifested Harmony. You can find it there. All right, I don't see any other questions, so thanks for joining in, everybody, and I hope to see you on another class, and we'll see you next month for the skin system. All right, take care, everybody. Bye.